Every morning, you wake up to the same headlines, the same stories, the same version of the truth. But what if there's more they're not telling you? This is The Suppressed Signal, where we explore the stories behind the story and the questions no one wants asked. This program discusses speculative topics, alternative theories, and unverified claims. It is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion and critical thinking are strongly encouraged. And remember, the truth is out there.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday. The Kendrick brothers are here, Mark and Kenny Kendrick. And Kenny is coming in here hot already, calling me a child, telling me to listen to the adults.
No, I didn't say that. It's not what I said.
No, it's not. Pretty much said it, but you told me what were your exact words?
I said you got to think like grown folks.
There you go. You got to think like grown folks.
I'm just got to wake you up first thing.
Now you come at me. You come at me with all this stuff, and I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a fully loaded show. Yep. It's going to take 2 episodes. We're going to try to do this in order because they've got a lot of topics to talk about. And each topic's got a question for me. So, first off, let's introduce the cast of characters. We've got Kenny Kendrick. Characters? Yes.
Good morning.
Kenny Kendrick. And his brother, Mark Kendrick. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Hey, man.
And, of course, we got Mickey Utley running the board and running the YouTube thingy. And we got this show recorded. Now, today's topic is the infamous Dr.
Anthony Fauci.
That's right. Now, this is evidently, this past week, was it last week? Yeah, this last week.
I think it's still ongoing. Too.
Right.
He's not done yet.
No,
been ongoing.
Fauci's in a congressional hearing, which
Rand Paul started.
Don't get me started on congressional hearings and Congress and all that. But anyway, he on a hearing, and he's been pleading the fifth, which is he can't testify against himself because what he says may incriminate him.
That's correct.
And he's not answering questions.
That's right.
Why? And that's what we're going to answer. Why is he not answering questions? And we think this honored board here.
Yeah.
We think we got
a panel of experts.
Thank you. We've got a panel of experts here that are going to tell us why they think and why we might want to think about it. So, what's behind the Fifth Amendment? So pleading the Fifth.
Yeah. So, Mark, tell us who Dr. Anthony Fauci is.
He is the guy that was put out front. He's been at the National Institute of Health for a while.
40 years, maybe.
Something like that.
Or more than that. Yep.
But he was put out front during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was an election year, so
to promote the vaccines and all that.
It did affect the election.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It did affect the election. And I'll tell you what I did. I spent 4 hours last night watching this whole thing, man. And this
watching the hearings?
Well, no, watching just the whole story of Anthony Fauci. You know, how he began and how he ended up and what's going on now. And it all started with the coronavirus. Actually, it started way before then in the early 80s with the AIDS thing, because he was best known for being an activist for AIDS, finding a cure for AIDS and all this stuff. That's what they say.
Yeah, one of his cures actually killed a bunch of people too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's
and they never really found a cure for AIDS.
The 80s and 90s, when people die from the AIDS treatment, AZT, which is not from the actual AIDS virus, the doctor that promoted the treatment was Anthony Fauci.
Right, and they've never really found a cure for AIDS. They just
maintain it.
Yeah, they know how to.
It's endemic.
Manage it. Yeah.
What?
It's endemic now.
What's that mean?
It means it's there and it's going to be there, and it's treatable, but it's not curable.
Right, you always have it.
Which, when you think about it, is the ideal situation for who?
Pharmaceutical companies.
Okay. got that one out of the way.
That's out of the way. Okay, so and we started with Anthony Fauci and going into the 80s and why he's got a prominent name and what he's done for the NIH. And let's speed up to date. Let's see what happened. 2019 is when COVID hit. 18
No, January 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
2020 COVID hit.
It started out in Seattle or the Northeast in the nursing homes.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Well, that's how it got here.
Right. Well, his big thing is he funded money from the NIH. What is it? The NIH. That
Where's the
went.
NIH?
National Institute of Health.
Right. He funded money. Okay. There was money in the NIH that they say that went towards the experimental drugs in China for the Wuhan.
Oh.
So let's just.
He's saying that they came from. He said that, this is what he said. He said they came from animals.
So
That's what this virus was all about, and there was money that went into it. Follow the money. Go ahead, Mark.
So that's what I was going to say. What business does the United States have funding a lab
Right.
in China?
Right.
Why would we
Now,
fund
Drew,
a lab
Drew,
in China?
this is true now.
Okay, so I want to ask this question.
This is true.
Okay, I want to ask this question.
Okay.
Because I'm sure people right now are going, whoa, what? Are you saying that the United States funded that work that was being done in that lab in Wuhan, China?
Absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
I mean, I'm not accusing. I'm just making sure that it is out that people understand.
It is recorded. It is on.
Always follow the money.
Right.
Always follow the money.
So we've already established right here that the lab that the COVID virus came from was funded by the United States taxpayers.
Yes.
Well, it came from a wet market.
Right.
Right, but I mean,
Now, wait a minute. Let me qualify
wet
that statement.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
That statement's in quotations. It came from a wet market that just happened to be right down the street from the lab.
Okay. Explain what a wet market is.
Okay, so in China, their diet is much different from what we assume is normal. They eat a lot of stuff that we would not even think about eating. Mm-hmm. And a wet market is a market for those
fresh. We're talking really
types of animals that they eat.
Yeah.
And it's
they're
like
not processed.
It's like a fresh meat market.
Yeah.
Like we just killed this and now you're
No, serious. You can go
Really?
buy, and get the chickens that have been freshly butchered.
A wet
or
market.
you can buy your own chicken and take it home and butcher it. But because they don't have supermarkets like we have where meat is packaged. No, it's open
it's
air.
just hanging on the surface.
Okay, so that's the wet market. So that's how it ties. Okay.
And so obviously there is the potential for disease
exactly
to be in a wet market.
But it shouldn't be more than salmonella
or a bacteria or something like that.
That causes stomach problems.
Food contamination type illnesses.
Right.
Well, it was called SARS, wasn't it, in the beginning, or was it?
Well,
that's another.
Was that another whole different?
That's a whole different.
But it's in the same family, right? In a sense.
Well, it's I'll have to look it up.
They were doing some experiments in this lab.
Well, they were
trying to figure out.
That's what part of this hearing was about. The congressional hearing was about gain of function research. So that's what the lab in China has been accused of, is doing gain of function research.
Mm-hmm. And there's proven documents that all of this has been done and is being done and is being looked into.
So the coronavirus has been around forever.
Right.
It wasn't particularly virulent, as I understand. Mm-hmm. It was very difficult, if not impossible, for it to transfer.
I just can't seem, Drew, to understand, and I got to thinking about it last night, for a virus that has been contained, has been, as people say, invented or created out of a small town. This is a small town. I mean, this is not, that killed 13 million people.
I got two words.
Go ahead.
Biological warfare.
All right. So what is gain of function?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you take an existing pathogen and you modify it to make it more virulent, to make it easier to transmit, and to make it what they would call hotter, would make it more virulent when it enters your system and create a greater, stronger disease.
My question is, I'm sorry to interrupt you on that, but my question is, how did Fauci get wrapped up into all this? How did our money get tied up into this experiment?
Research for biological weapons.
Warfare. Yeah.
It's biological warfare.
That's been going on for a long time.
That's been.
That's one of the reasons why they dosed the soldiers in Tuskegee.
I was going to mention that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Drew.
Yeah. I mean,
because this is not new.
Right. We've been
This is
trying
not
to do
new.
this
The Tuskegee experiment is infamous.
Yeah. And the Germans introduced, and remember now, we sold the Iranians biological weapons. I mean, the Iraqis, because they used them on the Iranians in the 80s.
Yeah.
And the Germans, it all come, even back in World War I, they were talking about using germ warfare. I mean, mustard gas.
Mustard gas, yeah.
And
that's mustard gas.
Sounds like
but still, it was the forerunner because they were trying to find.
We'll back up just a
because
little
didn't
bit.
you say that the Spanish flu, influenza,
Came from Fort Riley, Kansas.
was what? But that's where they tracked it getting started.
They injected the soldiers at Fort
So
Riley.
that would be-
they went overseas.
So that would be part of what? Chemical warfare.
Soldiers?
Yes.
Probably they injected them probably because they thought they were
soldiers, right?
When you're a soldier, you're government property.
That's the premise.
They can do what they want to.
Yeah, that's why if you get a tattoo that's unauthorized, they can, if they want to. Now, I don't know if this is still law, but I know when my brother was in the Navy, if a sailor on his sub got a tattoo that the captain didn't approve of, they got charged with destroying government property.
Well, what could happen?
That's what GI stands for.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true, Kenny?
When I was in the military years ago now, tattoos are so prevalent now in the military.
Right.
But when I was in the military, if you got a tattoo and it got infected and caused you
To miss time?
to miss time at work, then you could get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
If you stayed at the beach too long and got sunburned and had to go on sick call for it.
So what are you doing? Are you damaging governmental property? Is that how they're looking at it?
Yes. When you sign that contract,
The Army is the social or the military in general. The military is the social and medical proving ground for the United States. Any new policy, any new social policy, or any new medical breakthrough is tested on the military.
Yeah. Why do you think when we first come up with the hydrogen bomb, we put soldiers a mile away from zero, from the zero?
Boy, and they lived it up before they did that. The experiments in the South Pacific. They had the guys out there, man. It was paradise.
Yeah.
And then they had them 6 miles from where they blew up the thing, and all of them started having issues,
cancer, and
within
dying.
15 or 20 years.
So I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
Listen, when
I'm talking about interviews from people who were there.
Yeah.
Who the man sitting there, he doesn't have legs from the knees down.
Right.
Both of his arms have been amputated. And he said, "What have they got left?" He said, "I'm a goner."
Yeah. When my brother was in the Navy in boot camp, was in the late 80s when the TWA flight was hijacked. And remember, they killed
the sailor.
And then threw him on the tarmac.
Right.
They gathered everybody in boot camp the day that happened and told them, "Your government property, we will not go to war over you. If you get caught in this situation again, you're expendable."
What people don't know though about that situation is that young man was a hero because they were abusing female passengers, and he started to get in the way of that and directed their aggression toward him.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why he wound up dead.
Yeah.
Because he intervened on behalf of some female passengers.
So our point is this, Mickey. The government, when you join the military, you're their property.
You're a lab rat, bro.
That's why you get that serial number. Yeah.
You're a lab rat.
And the government has conducted experiments on its own
the
people.
military.
Yeah. It really has.
That kind of upsets me because I mean the military is like it's influential. We're supporting our country. We're supposed to take care of the
That's
veterans.
only been recently.
Jacob's Ladder, MK Ultra.
Yeah, that's only.
Has it always been like this, Kenny?
Why, as far as military support?
Yeah, military support.
No.
Right.
No, I grew up in a Navy town, right?
So we had
the sailors got harassed by the police department. They would get their bumpers measured if their bumpers were too high. I don't know. And in Norfolk, there used to be signs: dogs and sailors keep off the grass. I mean, we have not.
I've seen those signs.
Yeah, it says we have not been gung ho since this has just been recently. Because of the way we treat it, because we still feel the shame of the way we treated Vietnam veterans, that now we're making up for it.
So Agent Orange,
right? Yeah. So back to Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
Now they're doing an experiment. Okay. So Mark, how did we? I know that Paul Rand brought Fauci back to do a hearing. Of course, he's been pardoned. We'll get into all that. What?
We got to take a break. Though.
Yes, we'll take a break. But I got a question for you right after this.
All right.
Summer is here, the kids are home, and you need a hassle-free lifestyle. Let Austin's Furniture style, deliver, and set up each room. Whether you're looking for a brand new sofa, kid-friendly and easy to clean, or the perfect classic living room suite, a comfy recliner, or a trendy accent chair, the folks at Austin's will help you pick the right piece. Austin's has the style and comfort you've been searching for. Want even more? Enjoy free delivery and setup within the Brownsville city limits, making your furniture shopping experience easy and stress-free. There's a reason folks keep coming back. Austin's Furniture was voted best furniture store by you, the folks of Haywood County. Bring home comfort, quality, and hometown service this summer at Austin's Furniture on Main Street in Brownsville. Call 772-0737 and be sure to follow Austin's on Facebook.
Step in for style. Step out with a smile.
Haywood County deserves a sheriff that's proactive, accountable, and focused on keeping our families safe. I'm Mark Covington. I believe leadership starts with listening and actions follow. If you're ready for stronger leadership, greater accountability, better transparency, and a sheriff who will always be available to the people, I ask for your vote. Call or text 731-432-0206. On August 6th, vote Mark Covington for Haywood County Sheriff. Together we can make Haywood County safer for everyone. Paid for by Mark Covington for Sheriff.
This is Betsy Reed reminding you that Election Day is Thursday. Over the past 2 months, I've knocked on hundreds of doors in my districts, and I've talked to hundreds of my constituents face to face. Without exception, we all agree. Our children are our most important resource, and educating our children is our most important job. I have a 25-year track record of volunteering, raising money, and working to make our schools better. For the past 8 years, I've worked hard to make sure that every child in Haywood County, no matter their cultural or economic background, has the same opportunity for an excellent public education. I have deep family roots in Haywood County. I'm a product of Haywood County schools and the mother of a 2014 Haywood High School honors graduate. I'm experienced, informed, and determined, and I'm very serious about this job. I'm Betsy Reed, and I'm running for re-election to the Haywood County School Board. Districts 1 and 5, I need your vote. Everyone else, I need your help.
Paid for by friends to elect Betsy Reed School Board. It's Mickey Utley with Lily Realty. I've been blessed to travel and make music most of my life, but there's nothing better than helping folks right here at home. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some honest advice, I'm here to help. No pressure, no big talk, just real work that gets results. Call me today at 731-432-2295, or you can call the office number at 731-300-4407. Lily Realty, where your story matters and you're treated like family.
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride.
This program discusses speculative topics, alternative theories, and unverified claims. It is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion and critical thinking are strongly encouraged.
All right, WTVG 95.3. Hey, August the 5th. It is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. We were talking about, you're listening to the Express Signal, we were talking about Dr. Anthony Fauci, and we picked off in China, in Wuhan, and the NIH, who Dr. Fauci is the head of, and we're talking about the money situation. Now, let's follow the money that the NIH supposedly had invested a part of this experiment into this from the United States.
So this is a part of this congressional hearing that's been going on. Is where this money went and why it was going to gain of function research. There's only one reason for performing gain of function research on a pathogen, and that is to create a biological weapon.
You mentioned gain of function. Explain to the listeners what gain of function is.
Okay, gain of function research is that which takes a virus or a bacteria that is occurs naturally and modifying it to make it more transmissible and more virulent. And the use of that research is for production of biological weapons against your enemies. That's what it's for. That's the only reason that you do that. Why would you take a virus or a bacteria that is more or less benign, especially in the human population?
Right, because it's mainly in animals.
And modify it so that people could catch it and that it would cause a terrible illness. Why would you do that?
Right.
How
many people were involved on this? I mean, other than the NIH and the money going in, were there a lot of different other?
You've got the staff. You've got people that are invested in pharmaceutical companies. You've got pharmaceutical companies. They all stand to gain from this.
Why did Congress, when Reagan was president, why did Congress send a bill to his desk that prevented people from suing pharmaceutical companies for vaccine side effects? If it wasn't dangerous, why would you need a law protecting the people that produce the vaccines?
How many congressmen have stock in the pharmaceutical companies?
Yep.
Is that one of the reasons why 1% of the nation, 1% of the nation are millionaires? 1%. 51% of Congress is millionaires.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
And they don't make their money till after they get to Congress.
Ooh-wee. And they make $150,000, $60,000 a year salary.
Yep. And they get free health care. And they get free checking.
And they don't participate in the Social Security system.
That's right. That's right.
What?
They have a separate system.
Yep. No, they you didn't know after a congressman has served 6 years or a senator has served one term of 6 years, they receive when they leave office, they receive their salary for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And then if they die before their spouse receives it for the rest of their life, the entire amount. Me, who
served his country,
I have to pay a fee, as it were. They deduct a portion of my retirement income so that my spouse, it's called a spousal annuity, so that my spouse can receive half of what I'm receiving right
Not
now.
all, but half of what you work for.
And I have to pay for it.
You have to.
I have to pay for it.
Whereas the government officials or congressmen and senators, they get, they get it all. They even get paid,
That's what we always say, follow the money. It's all tied together. All of this is tied together.
And it all has to be
Rules for thee and not for me.
and I've had it. Yeah.
So that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it is. But pharmaceutical companies, it is.
The fact is that it's big money.
Yeah.
It's big money.
Yeah.
And so my question is, why do you perform gain of function testing? It's strictly for the purposes of developing biological weapons.
And you kind of compared Fauci to
Joseph Mengele.
All right. So
now that was where Jude
that is my opinion.
Yes,
I understand, but you're putting him in that vein.
He's up there,
right?
He's up there with.
He was actually doing this type of experiment before, but it was just
he was doing other experiments.
They're doing other experiments.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, some of the experiments that Joseph Mengele did, okay, concerning temperature in the human body,
right?
Yes,
we gathered that information.
We did
use it today. Yeah.
We stop. Say that again.
We did.
We gathered
that. Is the truth. When we conquered Germany, the areas that the Allies controlled any information, like Werner von Braun, he made sure he
in the sub
to the Allied side.
Oh yeah. There was a big search for him.
Right. And but any of the research that was done, and Dr. Mengele, a lot of his research, they confiscated.
Is that why
when they liberated the camps?
Von Braun, is that why he went to NASA, or that's where
absolutely.
He went to NASA after that? That's why they couldn't find him. I mean, they had him. Yeah, I mean,
he went right to he went right from the U.S. internment camp, to working in Alabama. He went straight from Germany to Alabama.
If you were a Nazi, it just depended on what you knew as to whether or not you were prosecuted.
Did he spill some beans?
And by the way, Werner von Braun was responsible for the V2 rockets, and in some part for the V1s, but the V2, the rocket program, was his baby.
Exactly,
and they killed a lot of people.
And also with the Japanese.
Oh, yes.
Now they had a little experiment. They had a little unit that went and conducted bad medical experiments on their prisoners, right?
Okay.
Our prisoners,
American POWs.
So at the end of the war, when it came time for war trials, and they talked to McCarthy, when they talk about war trials, the reason why you don't hear much about the Japanese war crimes and the trials for them is because they made a deal. We'll turn over all of our medical research that this special unit come up with if you lay off the prosecution.
And guess what kind of research they were doing?
And you know what? They found out it was stuff that we already knew thanks to the information we got from the Germans.
The Japanese were doing a lot of experiments with biological pathogens.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, the American prisoners had a term for the injections that actually would kill you. They called them hot ones.
Yeah.
Hot what?
Hot ones.
Hot ones. Yeah.
The hot shots. The guys, and I watched a couple of documentaries on it, and the gentleman that was talking about it was an American POW under the Japanese, and he had a friend. They were he was sick from a shot that he got, but he recovered from it. His buddy had just gotten a shot, and he was laying in bed next to him, and he said, "Hey, bud," he said, "I think I got a hot one." And he said within 2 days he was dead.
Yeah.
So they were doing gain of function testing in World War II.
And before we go to break, our jet program really got a big boost when we captured from the Germans when we got hold of a jet Messerschmitt and some of the people that worked on it, plus the submarine program. 2 or 3 months after the war ended, there was a big rush between the Americans and the Russians to find these Germans that knew all this stuff. We got to go to break. We got to play this spot. When we come back, we're going to get back to the subject.
Jungle Love is good for a song, not so much for your yard. Is your yard looking like a jungle, weeds and thorns taking over? The Lot Company is here to save the day. With a skid steer and a lot of know-how, call Richie or Trevor today, 731-780-0001. That's 731-780-0001. Don't let overgrown lots and messy yards cramp your style.
President Trump knows strength when he sees it. Here's President Trump on Marsha Blackburn.
She's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
When the establishment pushed a state income tax, Marsha Blackburn led the fight to kill it. The result? Record job growth, a booming state economy, and some of the lowest taxes in America. When Washington politicians cut and ran, Marsha Blackburn stood with President Trump.
You've been with me all the way, and I appreciate it. You're a very special person.
When no one else would, Marsha took on big tech to protect our kids from dangerous content online. As our next governor, Marsha Blackburn will keep Tennessee safe, prosperous, and free. That's conservative strength.
Marsha Blackburn is an incredible person.
Conservative Marsha Blackburn. Trump trusted. Tennessee first. Marsha Blackburn for governor.
Paid for and authorized by Marsha for governor, treasurer Glenn Jacobs.
It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Charlie Hatcher, a fifth-generation Tennessee farmer who served under Governor Bill Lee. A business owner, Charlie Hatcher is an America First conservative who gets things done. Pro-gun, pro-life, pro-Trump, Charlie Hatcher is the trusted conservative leader we need. Endorsed by Tennessee leaders, Charlie Hatcher is built farm tough. On August 6th, vote Charlie Hatcher. It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Invest in Tomorrow Coalition PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Terry Robinson, and I'm asking for your vote for Haywood County Commissioner, District 5. I believe in making local government work for all citizens by strengthening our infrastructure, supporting small businesses, protecting essential services, protecting our rural values, and ensuring fiscal responsibility. Together, we can build a stronger Haywood County while preserving what makes our community special. So please vote Terry Robinson for District 5 County Commissioner on August 6th. For more information, email me at trobinson1995@hotmail.com.
Paid for by the committee to elect Terry Robinson, Greg Robinson, treasurer.
This program discusses speculative topics, alternative theories, and unverified claims. It is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion and critical thinking are strongly encouraged.
All right, welcome back to the Suppressed Signal, and we are going to get back on track. And this might even go into 3 parts.
It's very possible.
I mean, because I'm finding out more and more about this Fauci and what he did before he became known and before the pandemic.
Yes, the pandemic.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Been saying that for years.
Mark, tell. I'm just real quick before we jump into it. We were talking about just off the air a little bit. And we could say it about on the air, I guess. Tell us about the experiments. Kind of dive into it, but in a nice way, about what was going on in China, and the type of experiments that they were doing is inhumane, and we were part of it.
Yes, he oversaw experiments on beagles. He would sedate them, and he would put their head in a box in an enclosed container and have mites. And I'll just leave it at that.
Parasites.
And just to see what would happen, how it would affect them,
right.
What kind of conclusions they could draw from. Right. And that's just one of them. I mean, it's a lot more.
It's just making Kenny, is it's the variant of the virus definitely didn't start out the way that it did. It did because the coronavirus has been around forever, right? I mean, or has it? Or COVID. I mean, it's been around for a long time. It's a strain of a virus,
right?
So basically, what you're saying is they enhanced that virus.
Yes, that's what gain of function is.
Gain of function for like biological warfare. Number one, control, power.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Money.
The big thing you have to think about is fear.
Fear.
How do you get people to surrender something that is dear to them?
Threaten them.
Give it,
Well,
you make them
didn't work.
You make them afraid.
You make them afraid. Yeah,
You make them
buddy.
afraid.
They made this world afraid for a good couple of years. Yeah.
Well, there's very few things that will motivate people like fear does.
Mm-hmm.
Fear can make you do a lot of things.
Right.
And when you're afraid that you're going to catch something, I mean, you look at what happened during the pandemic.
Yes.
You had people. I'm unvaccinated, very proudly unvaccinated. I left the Army early because they said I had to take the shot.
Mark was telling me about that.
And
that is nuts.
I was about 8 months from my mandatory retirement at age 60, and
they came up to you.
I was concerned that they said we had to take it. I said I'm not going to.
That's a really difficult decision for you at that moment.
I had to apply for a religious exemption. Of course, they denied it because if they hadn't, then there would have been a flood of those.
Mm-hmm.
Had very good reasons for not taking it.
Right.
I had already had COVID, so why did I need a vaccine? I had the actual disease. My immune system was ramped up.
Was good, right?
So none of that mattered.
Mm-hmm.
I had to concern myself with had they kicked me out, I would have lost all my benefits.
Mm-hmm.
My retirement benefits.
Right.
So I just decided to leave early. It was easy for me because I could do that.
Drew, let me ask you this. The flu shot, everybody gets the flu shot every year. And it's not
everybody.
Not everybody, no. but I mean, a lot of people do. The flu shot every year. And that's to prevent the virus. It's not to say that you have the flu. What I was told is it kind of puts the flu in you in a sense. And
that's what a vaccine does.
And that's what a vaccine does. It puts your immune system up to that disease. With COVID, if you have COVID, like Mark said, what's the sense of getting the virus if your immune system's already caught up with the disease?
So that's the big question.
Why were they still continuing to press you?
Now, here's the interesting thing. Fauci initially said that if you got it, your immune system was good to go.
He said that.
He said what?
He said, now, if you've already had COVID, if you've contracted COVID,
correct,
your immune system has done its job and built up the immunity that you need. You don't need the vaccine, and you don't.
Right.
People who had smallpox before there was a vaccine, who survived smallpox, could take care of smallpox patients because they would not contract it again. And quite often they did that because their immune system had ramped up for that particular disease. So Fauci did say that initially, and then he crawfished on it.
Yeah.
Switch gears now.
So, yeah.
We're going to switch gears.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Before we switch gears, let's get rid of this last break.
Yeah.
Okay? That way that'll give us more time
to talk about it. Right. We'll be right back.
You've changed thousands of diapers, been to hundreds of ball games, and played hours of hide and seek because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. This is Jim McAdams, your State Farm insurance agent. I make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance can mean everything. So call me, Jim McAdams, at 772-6000 or come by my office at 100 North Washington. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you looking for someone to handle your yard work? From mowing to edging and trimming and beyond, give my husband a call today. This is Hannah Lilly. My husband, Colton Lilly, will show up, take care of your yard work needs, and free up your time to do something else. Most women in Haywood County don't want you calling their husband, but I'm okay with you calling mine. 731-326-9000. Lily's Outdoors and Landscaping. Go ahead and call Colton today.
This is the place to gather every Saturday. And it's Tennessee football highlight reel for 32 yards. Tennessee has talent. And it's been recovered by the Big Orange with your Big Orange brethren. Touchdown! Big Orange! The place for Tennessee football. Are you ready? That is an answer.
Catch all the action is the University of Tennessee football here on 95.3 Brownsville Radio, your Vol Motion station.
95.3 and the DQ celebrate you. Be sure to listen to Brownsville Radio the week of your birthday, because on Friday of your birthday week, Mickey and Drew will be drawing one name of the week to win a DQ ice cream cake. That's right, a delicious ice cream cake, compliments of the DQ and free to you. Just tune in 95.3, listen on your Brownsville Radio app, or if online is your jams, carry on BrownsvilleRadio.com. Listen and win.
This program discusses speculative topics, alternative theories, and unverified claims. It is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion and critical thinking are strongly encouraged.
All right, you're listening to The Suppressed Signal here on 95.3 Brownsville Radio, 849. And if you're listening to this on Saturday morning, don't pay attention to the time. You just keep listening.
Right.
Anyway, we're getting back to the point right now. Dr. Fauci, right, and the pandemic. I love that.
I do too. I love that. Yeah.
Which the more I listen to you guys, the more I'm thinking,
really,
this is
interesting.
All right, let me
this
throw
is possible. It's possible.
Because we're talking about developing vaccines. You know, why you do that? Blah blah blah.
Right.
So
Mark has an interesting.
Listen to this.
Yeah. It's one of those things where the pharmaceutical companies are in it for the money, right? So
yes,
you have to get this path toward getting it approved. So Christine Grady was the head of the NIH bioethics.
Ethics.
They're the company that approves the drugs for the FDA. Guess who her husband is?
Who?
Anthony Fauci. There's a direct line for approval.
That's just a coincidence, Mark.
Yeah, it's just coincidence.
That's just a coincidence.
I don't know, man.
There's a direct line to get.
It made me open my eye.
Mark, that
opened my mouth right there.
Mark has got another.
Go ahead, Mark.
Another point to make about Dr. Fauci pleading the fifth
Go
at
ahead.
the congressional hearing, even after he's gotten a preemptive pardon.
Oh, was that the C?
That's your cue.
So this one we were talking about.
Yeah.
So if you're pardoned, you get a presidential pardon. You're pardoned for a certain crime,
which he was. They say he was.
That's what they say.
By
that
Joe
he
Biden.
may or may not have committed.
So if you're pardoned for this crime, that's the end of it.
Right.
You cannot invoke your Fifth Amendment right if you are asked questions about that crime under oath.
Oh, my.
Supreme Court statute over 150 years old.
So he wasn't supposed to plead the fifth on this matter.
If he was pardoned, no.
But he was pardoned officially. Is what they
sure?
That's what they say.
Here's another.
So why aren't they bringing this up about this?
All right. So here's another note.
Okay.
Biden's pardon is not legitimate.
Okay.
Now this is a qualified statement.
Okay.
All right. There'll be those who argue that. You cannot be pardoned for treason by anyone. Treason is a non-pardonable crime. Okay. Now then.
I would think that would apply to crimes against humanity as well.
Well, if it caused a lockdown and crashed the economy and
mass
people
crime,
died from it, I would call that treason.
13 million people.
I would say that's treason.
Yes, it falls into that category.
So, if he has a valid pardon And there's questions about that because the auto pen signed it, all that business.
Yeah, right.
That aside,
right.
He cannot invoke the Fifth if he has been pardoned. If he is invoking the Fifth, then he knows one of two things.
Mm-hmm.
Either his pardon was not valid because it was signed by the auto pen, or he knows he committed treason, and if he testifies to what he did, they can bring charges of treason against him, and his pardon is null and void anyway.
Bam.
Or I'm gonna throw a third one in there that's unqualified. Okay, this is an unqualified statement, but this is what it sounds like to me. If you don't plead the Fifth, and he starts naming names,
right?
And if he starts naming names, Fauci disappears or has bad breaks.
Pretty much.
He might get a hot one.
He might get a hot one.
Might get a hot.
That's what I think is the reason why. Not the two reasons you got. I think
that's
if he
really Fauci. If he hasn't been dealt with already, and this is an actor in his place.
If he starts, let's not go.
No.
Well, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. I'm
It's
not
very
going to put it past. But I think the third reason is, and I think if he starts testifying, then he's pretty much over.
He's already too close.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into this next week, but let's dive into Rand Paul now. Let's get back up to it and going into
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul, the congressman, and how did he bring? Why and how did he bring this back up and get him subpoenaed to get him to come in front of it? I mean, what was his correlation with Fauci?
Now that
I don't know.
I would just say that they want answers for.
Okay.
I think Rand Paul has a good idea.
Isn't he a Republican?
You know what though?
Yes,
they said that Anthony Fauci and Rand Paul have this
feud going.
Oh well, you think?
And
I would say so.
I would say so. They got this feud going. So Paul turns around. He gets all of this information that he collects, and he brings it to Congress, and therefore there's a hearing. That's why we're at a hearing. He plead.
I've got a conspiracy wrapped in a conspiracy.
Bring it.
Boy. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Midterms are coming up. Very hot, right?
Right.
Already the Republicans aren't looking good because of this involvement in Iran.
Right. It could be. Yeah. I know where you're going. Right. I feel where you're going.
Got a response to that.
So this is a smear campaign against the Democrats right at midterms. This is the Republicans' answer to. I mean, no. This is another effort.
Goodness.
Well, no. This is a smear.
Who is thinking like grown folks?
This is to put doubt. This whole hearing is to put doubt in voters' heads about the Democrats. You know, I mean, and this is all happening during midterm, just like the president coming out and saying, the election's a fraud. Yeah. It's going to be a fraud.
I could see possibly that coming in, but
So this is...
it goes a lot deeper, though.
This is what I think it is. It's a conspiracy in a conspiracy.
All right, Mark's got a rebuttal off of that.
Okay.
Who's saying that the Republicans are in trouble?
Yep.
There you go.
But you look at, I mean, come on. A lot of people the gas prices, food prices are up. Donald Trump's approval's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If
we're stuck in a no-win situation, the only way we're going to win in Iran is if we don't leave two stones standing. Because if we don't totally obliterate those people, they've won.
People misunderstand that whole situation.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking about it the wrong way. It doesn't have anything to do with conquering Iran. It's about money.
Well, we got to do something because if we don't conquer them, then we're going to lose face, and they win.
Yeah, but we're not.
It's not.
From what I understand, you're right.
It's a financial stranglehold that Britain has got on Iran.
That's it's a British thing.
That's what they're breaking.
British.
That's what they're trying to break.
That's it.
Yeah.
British.
But I get what Drew's talking about. Those guys. I mean, to win, you're gonna have to kill them. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's where it is. You're gonna have to take over that whole.
This whole Iran thing has been brewing for 47 years.
Right.
Every president since Reagan. Reagan fixed it with the hostages, but he didn't fix the problem.
Did Trump fix the problem?
No president's been able to.
Not yet.
U.S. foreign policy
Not yet.
Not yet. Right.
It'll
yeah.
It's when you put a stranglehold on a country's finances,
you'll do a lot of you're subject to a lot of things.
There you go.
All right, folks, that's a suppressed signal, Drewski. We were talking about Dr. Fauci, and
we're going to continue next week.
Yeah,
and we're going to watch these hearings.
Yeah,
and I just have to make an observation. Is again, Drew at the beginning of this thing it was our skeptic, and now he just came up with 2 conspiracies himself this morning.
Which are plausible, right?
Exactly.
And that's what amazes me.
Mark's really, Ken's really proud of it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like watching your kid take the
Swap Shop's coming up next. I hate you guys.
This is the Suppressed Signal, where we explore the stories behind the story and the questions no one once asked.